Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Where is El Chapo? The billionaire head of the Sinaloa Drug Cartel and the second most powerful man in Mexico after Carlos Slim. Well, he is sitting in the Altiplano Prison after a raid on January 8th at a Los Mochis residence in Northern Sinaloa. The raid netted 2 armored cars, 2 M16 rifles with grenade launchers, and 2 Barrett M82 sniper rifles. Fox News reported when agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives checked serial numbers of the 8 weapons found in his possession, they found one of the 2 50 caliber weapons traced back to the ATF program, sources said. Out of the roughly 2,000 weapons sold through Fast and Furious, 34 were 50 caliber rifles that can take down a helicopter. El Chapo would put his guardsmen on hilltops to be on guard for Mexican police helicopters that would fly through valleys conducting raids. The sole purpose of the guardsmen would be to shoot down those helicopters. This is the 3rd time a weapon from the Fast and Furious program has been found at a high-profile Mexican crime scene. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice, under the direction of Loretta Lynch, is in the middle of an extradition battle waged by U.S. attorney offices in New York, Chicago, Miami, El Paso, and San Diego, while Lynch, whose office, under former DOJ head Eric Holder, committed the first case of criminal and civil contempt of Congress due to his responsibility for aiding and abetting the very drug lord Lynch claims to intend to prosecute. But Holder isn't in a maximum security prison. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton praises Holder by tweeting, "From protecting voting rights to challenging discrimination, Eric Holder was one of our finest attorneys general, honored by his support. Hillary." Ah, the hubris of criminals. They just can't help themselves. Back in jolly old England, mega-corporate criminal Stuart Gulliver, who admitted in 2012 to laundering hundreds of millions of dollars for El Chapo's Sinaloa Drug Cartel. Where is Gulliver after the deaths of 100,000 plus and 20,000 missing Mexicans were funded by the monumental $376 billion of drug money HSBC handled for Wachovia? Gulliver is currently at the Davos confab, still operating as the group chief executive of HSBC, making decisions with 61 other criminal billionaires determining the amount of carbon taxes they will be fleecing from the unsuspecting populace. The Telegraph writes Mr. Gulliver is on a panel on business and climate change. He appears largely supportive of the COP21 decree agreed at Paris in December, but says there cannot be a binary moment when everyone drops oil and gas companies. And Guardian journalist Jill Traynor tweets, Gulliver warns Davos of pulling out of all fossil fuel investments as they are providers of jobs and taxes. And Gulliver also says, the maths do work when asked about financing of green fuel at Davos. The public wants to do this, according to global mafia chief Stuart Gulliver. As El Chapo sits in a maximum security prison he has already escaped, he embodies the mentality of a global criminal organization Goliath that protects and continues to fund him. Because if and when El Chapo finally escapes, he will again be too big to jail. John Bound for Infowars.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there was a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, Infowars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere, and that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.